Hey, what's going on everyone? Thick Boy 101 here. Today we are going to be starting a new project. Haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses in a while, so I figured why not? We'll start all over. My cans are exploding in the background. I know I'm still playing Pokemon Y and StarCraft, but I can't play any more StarCraft right now because I have to buy the rest of the campaign. I could only do the Terran missions. So, when I have money, we'll continue that. And I just don't feel like playing Pokemon right now. So, yeah, let's get this started. Oh, hello? Oh, there we go. My controller came unplugged a little bit. British Empire in the 1480s. The War of the Roses, a powerful struggle between the houses of Lancaster, Red Rose, and York, White Rose, to decide a royal successor, was nearing an end. With the Yorkists swallowing the lead, the reign of Richard III was but a step away. And in France, Yugi Henry Tudor was the last Lancasterian heir. Was being forced to live a life of exile. The Lancastrian forces were rendered powerless by ancient cards of sorcery wielded by Seto and his 7 followers, who, known as the Rose Crusaders, served under the flag of Lord Crawford, the powerful Yorkist nobleman. Lacking a duelist to champion their cause, defeat was imminent for the Lancastrians. In England, dual card games were still at the fleeting stage, thus the Lancastrians had to look elsewhere for a duel master capable of facing Rosencrews in battle? Probably didn't read that right. With this in mind, Margaret May Beaufort of Lancaster secretly requested a High Druid to summon the Duelist from another age. Oh! Summoned from the mystic circle of the red and white roses, the one capable of harnessing pure power. There was truth to the legend of the Rose Duelist. Lady Margaret, I did it. Now we have the means of defeating the evil forces of Rosencrews. Oh, my apologies. In my excitement, I had forgotten I was in the presence of the Rose Duelist. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Simon Moran? I can't read. High Druid and Servant of Lancaster. May I be so bold as that's the name of the Rose Duelist would like to be known by. I'm mixing up words. My controller come unplugged again? I don't even know if my name will fit. Oh, it fits. Thick Boy 101? A fine name indeed. Now here's the situation. The year is 1485 and you are currently in Stonehenge near Salisbury, England. The British Empire is in turmoil, with the House of Lancaster's rightful claim to the throne being challenged by the Yorkist uprisers. The power struggle is referred to as the War of the Roses, a name based on the badges used by both sides. Red Rose for the Lancasters and the White Rose for the Yorkists. Right now our kingdom is threatened by the Yorkists and their wrongful claim to the throne. All because the Yorkists enjoy the support of the Rose Crusaders and their sorcerous White Rose cards. Using our Red Rose cards, we summoned you, Thick Boy 101, to this day and age. We hope that your dueling expertise would defeat the Rose Crusaders and lead us to victory. You will help us, of course, you will. Foolish of me to even doubt where your loyalties lie. Rumor has it that only the legendary Rose Duelist stands a chance against the power of Rosencrews. We appreciate any help you can provide against them. Before I forget, I should warn you that the rules of dueling differ from those of your age. Here in England, dueling is governed by what is known as the perfect rule. In addition to several minor distinctions, there are two major differences. One is the existence of movement and positioning, the other is the deck leader concept. These are two aspects of dueling that were lost in the process when the ancient sport of duel monsters was adapted to card form. The perfect rule represents these lost rules that were miraculously revived here in England. Perhaps a practice duel will suit you better in explanations, shall we? I haven't played this game in so long, so yes, practice duel, just to see what I'm doing. I just remember, like, it was a pain to get cards, and, like, there's only so many, like, passwords you can put in. It's very grindy if you want to get certain cards, and you have to fight certain people, and they have to actually use them, and then there's a roulette thing after the battle if you win, and it's just a pain in the butt. Be on the leader and press square. Blue squares is where I can put my cards. And apparently there's only one monster I can play. Yada yada yada. Right there's up to the level of monsters I can play. I mean, it does it for me, so I'm just pretty much reading. If you wish to cancel your selection, push circle. To enter your selection, press X once again. You summon Celtic Guardian. This card is ready for battle. Now let's attack your opponent with the Celtic Guardian. To control a monster in the field, you must first activate the card you wish to move. Yep. First, let's activate your monster by lining the cursor. See, the yellow square indicates where I can move. However, deck leader's summon does not count as a move, hence the monster can move immediately after being summoned to the field. Since there's nothing else we can do, let's end our turn. At the end of your turn, push start. Okay. And a monster, let's use it to annihilate the threat. To attack your opponent's monsters, all you have to do is move the monster over the occupied space. Battle. Why does it zoom in so much like that on the square? Oh my god. Eliminate monster, however your opponent now aware of the strength. Where's that? Monster's automatically in attack position until it's moved. Okay. Yep. If I attacked a stronger monster, mine would have been destroyed. Yada yada yada. I don't understand why it zooms in on that square so much. That's a little obnoxious. If they're the same, yup, yup. So basically explaining all the defense differences and everything. Let's see what happens. No. My monster survives. I take damage. Yep. Like, the only main reason is just so I can learn the controls, and I know there were a few different things that I don't really remember. Nothing happens. Yep, direct attacks. Then I do remember the more you use a certain monster, it'll gain promotions or ranks, and then eventually you'll be able to use it as a new deck master instead of the 3 they let you choose from. So use those to do that. I don't have those creature. Oh, spells. Spells you just flip up and use automatically. Neutralized, spellbound infinitely. Sometimes you may find yourself cornered by a cunning opponent. Nothing you can do but accept defeat and go for a rematch. You surrender by pushing the select button. Clues lesson, fundamentals of dueling. Okay. Yes, because, you know, I'm gonna get all 5 pieces of Exodia at a given point. Not that I would run that. I mean, it would be so easy to get Exodia. Just because you can, like, mill through your entire hand, because it always replenishes back to 5. But there's a whole thing with cost in here. I remember, like, your cost has to be lower than whoever you're fighting to get the rose cards, so... Yep, monster effects. I just want to know why it zooms in so much on, like, the spot like that. That is difficult to look at. Some monsters called summon areas. All these areas are occupied. More specific, if your opponent occupies all your summoned areas at the end of the turn, you lose. If you find yourself surrounded, it is vital that you clear at least one of these areas before your turn is over. Yeah, don't corner yourself. Labyrinth, the most annoying terrain, unless you have, you know, Labyrinth, Tank, or Wall Shadow. You gotta finish in that amount of turns. They give you like 99 turns, though. Final condition is Exodia, yup. Looks so good, though. Exodia! This is like the only time I've ever seen the animation for Exodia, though, was in the tutorial. details. First, beware there's a limited number of the cards that can be placed on the field. Pretty sure you can still only have 5 of each, like in a normal duel. Spells, traps, monsters, yep. Try to play anything else, it automatically gets destroyed. Always starts at 4, gets reduced to 0. Went up to 3. Will not exceed 12. Makes sense. It only goes up to 12. Not that I think there's any monsters up to 12 in this game. Place it down unused. Your opponent will not be able to tell whether it's a spell or a monster. The attacking spell card will never result in damage. Yep. Face down. Da, 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 da. Spell card is not destroyed, but their monster remains face down. Yep, nothing happens. This video is probably going to be a little longer just because of the tutorial. In this case, spell card is destroyed. Da, 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 da. Face down spell. Blah, 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 blah. Remember conditions of activating a magic card. Magic card is activated when it completes face-up move. Hence, regardless of battle occurs with as a result, be careful about moving face-up spell cards. Terrain effects. If anyone even watches up to this point, at the beginning of the video, I'll put, like, you know, at the beginning when I start the tutorial, you know, skip to this point to skip the tutorial, because I doubt anyone wants to watch the entire tutorial. I'm just watching it for me. It's increased movement. Don't get the bonus if it's face down. Prey monster, which is not suited for dark terrain, so it'll lose power. Yep. Special features: Labyrinth, extremely powerful obstruction, and cannot be entered by most monsters and spells, nor by a leader or card. In addition, Labyrinth space cannot function as a summoning area. So I know Wall Shadow and Labyrinth Tank are like the only ones I think that can actually move on the Labyrinth wall. Like, you can attack onto it, but like you can't move onto it. Crush Terrain. I find it funny that they made that a terrain, though. Yep, he can move on it. Flame Swordsman goes onto it, though. Be destroyed. Spellbinding. Condition which card is usable to move as a result of a spell or other means. When a card is spellbound, it cannot move, flip, or reposition, attack, or defense. Let's see what happens when it's spellbound. It says how many turns, if it is there. Controller keeps coming unplugged. Infinitely spellbound is very difficult to make. Only few monsters or spells are capable of freeing spellbound monster aside from sorry, no, it's the most common form of spellbinding and attribute binding. Paradragon is wind. Stronger to kill the Guardian. Yep, so because its attribute is stronger than that, it will get spellbound. Sorry, necklace was backwards. Kelligan is destroyed, however, Paradragon is now spellbound for 1 turn. In this manner, a monster with a lower attribute that survives the battle is spellbound. This rule also applies for both monsters survive the battle and cause the monsters unable to destroy. Attribute difference can be effective when using weak monster or render stronger monster immobile. Good duels can buy time, believing in some monsters. Among duelists, this belief is referred to as destiny draw. Depending on how desperate a situation and how gifted you are as a duelist, you may be granted the opportunity to attempt a destiny draw. This victory smile on you, you chance to draw a card that could turn the time. The destiny draw opportunity is signaled by flashing in the area normally used to indicate that you can summon a monster from your hand. Drawing when this result, drawing a card that will help you in your current predicament. Try drawing a card now. I've never seen that happen. Take the card you drew. Raigeki. However, you should remember Destiny Draw depends on luck and only occurs once in a duel. When this happens is anybody's guess. All you can do is hope that Lady Luck smiles on you. In this case, you need to do is reduce your hand, and the following turn hopes triggering Destiny Draw. Luck is an important element of victory. Your experience is vital. Strength in your deck. Rank. The rank card will demonstrate the special powers unique to its nature, and the card becomes a leader. Take a look at Dark Condition ranked Field Marshal. At this rank, this card's special powers are extended support range, increased strength of the same type friendlies, and weaken specific enemy type. But let's look at your opponent's leader. Big Dragon has increased movement, open opponent's card. What does that mean? Since there is very special powers, we won't be able to cover them all. Best way to learn about special powers of the card is to raise your own leader and watch it evolve through the course of the battle. So if I want a specific like deck master, I have to use a card like a lot. Turn face up to identify. So you'll have to raise your own leader and watch the card evolve as you duel. Oh my god. First stick point 1, you must select a deck, blah 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 blah. Ugh, I can't read. Deck leader is intermediate between the ancient ones and the deck wielder. 3.101 is essential that you select a card leader whose rhythm matches the strings of your soul. Here are several decks in which you could choose from. Serious thought, make your selection, choose carefully. The deck you select will guide you to the destiny of your duels. Luminous Soldier? So, I find it funny because Luminous Soldier, his attack is actually 21, not 16, but we will pick Luminous Soldier. Why not? So that's the effect of the Celtic Red Rose cards. It looks like there's some truth to the rumor the Red Rose cards are capable of time transformation. Who's there? It's been some time since our battle of Barnet, Old One. Rosencruz, what brings you here? Only a member of the Rose Crusaders can call me by that name. If you may recall, I told you once before that you may only address me as Seto. Or does your memory fail you, old man? And you must be the dreaded Rose Duelist. Must admit, there's a certain aura of power emanating from you. I believe an introduction is in order. I am Seto, the leader of the Rose Crusaders. There are members of our little group who prefer to call me by the name of C. Rosencruz. I ask you again, what brings you here, Seto? Mind your manners, old man. What else would bring me here? I've come for the Red Rose cards. After all, it is you who showed me how the summoning capabilities would evolve when the Red Rose cards are combined with the transport powers of the White Rose cards. You aren't thinking of attempting the Forbidden Rose summoning? If so, then the Rose cards must never fall into your evil hands. Card sorcery taps into the powers of the Ancient Ones. By their very nature, each card is a double-edged sword. My controller keeps coming unplugged. That can cut both ways. The Rose cards alone harness tremendous power. There's no telling what horrors one might unleash to the world by combining both red and white. I will sacrifice my own life if need be to prevent any from uttering the spell of doom. The spell of doom. Fool. The 16 red and white rose cards grant power over all. Druid legend has twisted the true meaning of these cards. We Rose Crusaders have sworn to create a utopia free from the ravages of war. We intend to accomplish this with the power of the cards. And we shall do so by extending the rule of Richard III throughout the known world. By the way, it was clever of you to form a circle of red roses within the white rose barrier to summon the Rose Duelist. But you were foolish to come alone. This area is surrounded, and if you wish to leave with your life, you will do so only by handing over the Red Rose cards. Me? A fool? Then what about you? Are you fool enough to actually believe the Red Rose cards would remain here in my possession? Right after the summoning, I had the cards dispersed among our best duelists to keep them from your tainted hands. Then you leave me with but one option. I shall enlist the aid of your precious Rose Duelist. Wow, I can't read right now. You take leave of your senses. And you speak too soon, old man. Heed my words, Duelist. If you wish to return to your proper time period, you will require 16 cards of the red and white roses. Red and white positions must be led out in the reverse of the summoning order to send you home. You know the spell? Since you need the 16 rose cards just as much as we do, I propose a partnership. Help us gather the cards, and I shall guarantee your return after we've achieved our ultimate goal. An absurd proposal. Do you think the Honorable Thick Boy 101 would even lend an ear to your ridiculous proposal? Can you be so sure, old man? Let's see. Simon's side has 8 of the red rose cards, while my side, the Rose Crusaders, has possession of the 8 rose cards, white rose cards. As the numbers are even, simply arithmetic indicates that you could side with either of us. But I'm sure you'll be taken into the account who's winning this war after all. Who is desperate enough? Hello? My controller keeps coming unplugged, this driving me nuts. To summon you in the first place, I think it's quite clear which side is better positioned to send you home. He has a valid point, man. I mean, Thick Boy 101, heed not to the words of this power-hungry lunatic. Simon, must you resort to name-calling? I'm hurt. I'll tell you what. Why don't we leave the decision to our dear duelist? After all, Simon, the duelist's future is not up for us to decide, now is it? Well, yes, but... Splendid! In keeping with the tradition of the old temple guardians, I offer you a choice, duelist. Here are 2 roses. The white represents me, the red represents the old Simon here. For the sake of justice, choose the red rose. Stand by my side, duelist. Choose the white rose. You know what, Simon? You brought me here against my will. And I don't like that. So. I mean, either way, I'm going to go through both sides of the story, so... But I'm going to go with Seto. Wise choice, duelist. I see you are well versed in judging a situation. Welcome to the Rose Crusaders. I am honored. Okay, old man, it's time for you to make yourself scarce. What are you doing? Stop! No! Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you. I just need you out of the way until everything is settled. Now, let's talk about the red rose cards. Simon mentioned that they are spread cards among certain individuals just after summoning you. I think it's safe to assume that the large number of those individuals are his confederates, currently located in France. I would like to ask you to enter France from Dover and retrieve these cards for our cause. I would go myself, however, I am needed here to maintain our barrier against any invading forces. According to legend, one must use a deck whose cost is lower than the opponent's to capture a rose card of another color. Remember, the deck that costs lower than that the opponent is key. I've also heard somewhere that the Celts inherited their red rose cards from the original inhabitants of Stonehenge. This would mean that our enemy Yugi, who comes from a long line of Welsh nobility, would likely have inherited one of the red rose cards. This means that those who oppose the Rose Crusaders are sufficiently equipped to duel against us as equals. Given their desperate situation, they will retaliate with everything they've got. It would be wise not to underestimate them. I'm depending on you. Oh, thank you, Seto. Right, so we can only dual Taya right now. Alright, let's see what we have in our deck. Alright, so how do I... Oh! Uh-oh. Did I make a boo-boo? Rank. Uh-oh. Did I screw this up already? Oh god, what did I do? Okay, there we go. How do I look up the detail? Oh, there we go. Okay. He has no leader abilities right now. Alright, so we got Kaiser Dragon, Neo. What's your ability? When destroyed in battle, it destroys the opponent's monster as well. That's pretty good. Beaver Warrior, Tiger Axe, Silver Fang, Air Knight Parshaft, Thunder Dragon. There we go. Wait, is he considered a Thunder or a Dragon on here? Thunder. So I confuse him with another dragon. Hinotama. When this card is destroyed, all spell cards in the adjacent spaces are destroyed. Burning Land. Transforms into normal, increases power of warrior monster with light and earth. Bright Castle, power up light monsters. Fake Trap. So obviously, you know, off screen I can do like grinding and stuff and trying to get better cards, or I can like, you know, stream that part and just not continue in the story if you guys would like. But as of right now, we'll do this one battle, then wrap up the video since I'm at like 40 minutes and all we did was a tutorial. The Rose Duelist, you dare to betray the hopes of Prince Yugi? I'll teach you a lesson you'll never forget. Doubt. Oh, the music though. These look so much better than I remember. Alright, so light monsters. I don't have any. I don't think I can fuse anything yet either, but I can do. I should be able to do this. Yup, there we go. And we'll move that forward and end our turn. Like, I know only specific things fuse together, but then there's also fusions you can do with types. So... I think we'll just put this down for now. I mean, she's the first duelist. She can't have that much that'll, like, actually hurt me. Yeah, Spirit of the Harp. I don't know why you wouldn't just put that in defense. I honestly don't remember the PlayStation 2 graphics looking this nice when I played this game when I was little. No, not the harp. Stop it. I said stop it! Rawr. Oh, just a headbutt. Goose. Then, of course, depending on who we battle, will be like depend on who I grind against for like better cards that I want, or new deck masters or anything like that. So, my controller keeps coming unplugged. I don't know how to set up like the Bluetooth for it, so I mean, either way, I'd have to. I don't think Warrior and Spellcasters would fuse, so I'll just set him. And we'll move in. She's basically boxed in already, so. I'm just gonna keep following you. We won't summon anything this turn. Oh wait, because I have him selected still. So we'll battle this. I get a boost from that. It was just a spell. We'll do this. We'll get her boxed in. Power increase. Ah! You fool. Alright, we won't do all the animations. I'll probably go in the options and turn that off at some point so we don't gotta watch it every time. Alright, there's only so much you can do now, so set this. You're literally boxing yourself in. It's a little late to try and, like, save yourself now. So, like, I literally just gotta... I don't even have to attack now, because, like, it literally can't move. So, like, when I end my turn and they start theirs, it'll probably say I win. Yup. There we go. Oh, that's great. And here's the roulette it was talking about. So, from my understanding, this goes by, like, what's in their graveyard. And if you're able to match all three, you're supposed to get, like, a really good card. Oh. Oh, nope. Apparently not. I guess I lost. It pains me to know that I lack the strength to protect my lord and love. Obtain the rose card. And that splits off to another one. Tristan! But yeah, I'll stop the episode here. Alright, saving. But yeah, we'll wrap that up here. Since it's been 45 minutes, I will leave a timestamp below so you guys can skip the tutorial and see me actually play the game. I'll probably do another episode right after this one, so yeah, if you guys enjoy my content, you know, leave a like, drop a comment. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. We finally got up to 50, so, you know, that's pretty awesome for me. Then, you know, dropping a like and commenting, even if you don't subscribe, it helps the YouTube algorithm so other people can find my channel. So, you know, that's also nice. But I will catch you guys all in the next one. Have a great day.